Part 3 of section 12.2. So again, we're still trying to find the mean, median, mode, and mid-range, and this time we're given a frequency distribution. So we don't have to put things in order this time, which is nice, but we have to do some other calculations because things have been condensed for us. One of the things that we do need is we need to know the total number of items. So our n value, to get that, we're going to add up all of these values. So if you add 2, 4, 5, 7, so on, you get 31 items total. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and find the mean first. Now, we don't want to just add these up because I don't just have a 1, I have 2 ones. Now, if you want to, you could write out the whole thing, all 31 numbers individually, and then add them up. But if you recall from when you first learned multiplication, multiplication is repeated addition. This is just shorthand. So when I have it in a table format like this, I usually use whatever organization it has and multiply straight across. So 1 times 2, 2, 8, 15, 28, 56, no, not 56, Maggie. Let's go 30, and 24, and 21. My brain went on vacation there. Okay, and now we want to add these up. So if we add up all of these, that is 128. This value right here is this in the formula when we're talking about a frequency distribution, finding a mean of a frequency distribution. So to find the mean, we have all the information here. The mean of this is this value, so 128, divided by the number of items, which is 31. And this mean is approximately 4.13. And if you just glance at this, you can see, well, 4 is exactly in the middle here. It had the most. It makes some good intuitive sense that it should be the mean of the entire set. All right, mode is easiest when it's here because it literally tells us how many times it appears. We don't even have to count. So the one that appears the most 7 times, that number is 4, so the mode is 4. The mid-range is also easy from this. So the smallest value, not the frequency, the smallest value and the largest value, add them together and then divide by 2. That's 8 over 2, so that is also 4. Now we need to find the median. Now we figure out the position of it the same way. So to find the position of the median, I would do 31 plus 1 divided by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So I'm looking for whatever number is in the 16th spot when they are in order. They are listed in order for us. We just have to figure out what's in the 16th spot. So I list all the ones and I only have 2 things listed, so I'm not to 16 yet. And then I list all the 2s and I added 4 more of those to the 2 here. So now I have a total of 6 items listed and I'm still not to 16. So I list the 3s and I list 5 of them. So 5 of the 3s listed to 6, I'm up to 11 items listed yet. I'm still not here. So I start listing the 4s. I list 4 7 times. That brings me up to 18. The 16th time is somewhere in here among all of these 4s. I just need to figure out which grouping it happens in. Now, so because the 2 items, if I needed to average in this case, and both of my items were 4s, then there's no need to do an average. There's no need to do that mean to find the median if both numbers are the same. And I'm ahead of myself here because we did get an actual position. The 16th number will be a 4, so the median is equal to 4. And again, all of these are fairly well clustered together. These 3 are exact, and that's pretty darn close. Okay, so we learned in the last section to take a frequency distribution and turn it into a histogram. And now we're going to take the information off a histogram and do what we just did. So one of the things that I found useful, again, is I use whatever structure of whatever it is they've given to me. And I try to organize myself around that. So these are my values down here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the frequencies go from 1 to 5. I'm just going to mark it up here so that I can see my numbers quickly because I'm going to be doing arithmetic with them and I want to be able to see them. Okay, so over here, to find the total number, our n values, we added up the frequency here. That's what we're going to do here. Our frequencies are up here. So our n value is going to come from 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. Which does give us 12? Okay. Now, just like we did on the other, we need to do the multiplication. 5 times 10, 50. That is 60. I'm going to be adding these together. And another 60. And then 40 and 50. And if you add all these together, you get 260. So the mean is 260 divided by 12, which is approximately 21.7. Okay. And I'm kind of looking at this and it's like, well, you did have a lot more down here on the lower range. So it does make sense that we'd get a value that's a little bit closer over here. I'm just doing a gut check here as to whether or not I think it kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's figure out where our median is. We had 12 items, so the median will be located at 12 plus 1 over 2. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. So I would need to average the 6th and the 7th values. Okay, so where does that happen? I list all the 10s, I've listed 5 items. I start listing the 20s, and I have 3 of them, and that puts me so that the 6th item will be a 20, and the 7th item will be a 20. And if you add those together and divide by 2, you get 20. So our median is equal to 20. The mode is the value that shows up most often, so the one with the largest frequency, which will be 10. And for the mid-range, largest value plus smallest value, and divide by 2. So 60 divided by 2, that is 30.